Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Michael Matua here, the lead creative director of, I guess, Update Boys, the man behind Nationality, Totally, Lost Time by Munya, if you haven't seen that yet, and a few other small music video projects that I do. And yeah, I thought today I would do some nerdy content to show you guys the behind the scenes of Nationality, and yeah, show you guys how, I guess, just how the project looks like on Premiere Pro. One thing I always insist on people is file organization, right? Let me show you guys how my timeline looks like. Let me just open this up. I have day one. This is day one footage. Day two, day three. I have my drone footage, film burns, VHS footage, transitions, all in different folders, and my timelines as well. Logos that I use, adjustment layers. Look how organized that is. Day two, if I go on day two, it shows you all the day two footage. If I go on day one, it shows you all the day one footage. Day three, same, except it isn't a folder within a folder, but I can fix that later. Let's start off with the very first timeline that we have. This is the very first cut of Nationality. Funny enough, this was before the Rotimi remix. We didn't know whether we're gonna include that in the video, and then we ended up doing it, and I'm really glad that we did, because that really completed the video. If I play from here, like there's no Rotimi verse, you can see. So this is with the grade, without the grade. Just I'll show you guys how I color graded it later. But yes, the first timeline didn't have Rotimi or anyone in it. It just had Ari and Jay was the original song. Then what I did here is I have another timeline where I wanted to experiment and see how like certain clips would go together and certain verses, you know, for example with Ari and Jay's verse. I'm like, okay, let me just first test it out here. And that's key when editing. You need a separate timeline where you can mess around with no consequences and not actually mess around with the original timeline, right? So you can see here I was experimenting with that little tum 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 sequence for Ari's verse. Now, grading wasn't fixed yet or anything, but this is where I put together the verse, and I copied this and I put it onto the third timeline, which I'll show you, right? There we go. You know, a bit overexposed, blah, blah, blah. I was drawing things out, right? Now, this is the main timeline copy. All right, this was the original video. Let me see, this one was the original video with no Rotimi in it. And I made a copy of that one just in case. And that's key because when you're editing and anything could go wrong, you always want to have a copy of anything that you have, anything that you do, you know. First music video done, duplicate the timeline, put it somewhere and name it in a timeline copy one. So that if anything goes wrong here, I know I have a backup right here. You know, let's say I accidentally close and I don't save this timeline. At least I know there's a copy of it somewhere and I can start working on this copy. After I'm done working on this copy, I make another copy of the copy. And that will be now the copy of the copy in case the copy it gets done. There's a little copy, but you know. Then the last two timelines here actually are the Rotimi version now, right? So this, let me close these. This is now the main timeline where we included Rotimi. You can see it's just a bit of a mess. Everything's everywhere and that's fine. That's how I edit. From the drone footage in the beginning to the title sequence coming in over the adjustment layer, which is the color grading, which was where the color grade is at. Let me remove that for now. To everything, literally, as you can see, things are just layered on top. Just that little transition that I had here. All the B-roll clips, so I like to do where the main timeline is here at the very bottom, with all the performance shots is at the very bottom. Then I do my B-roll here and second performance shots. For example, let me go over here, right? It's down to the sleep like sugar. But if I hide this, it's like it's down to the sleep like sugar. It's just not bad, but we wanted this shot instead, so that's why I said it's B-roll and performance shots. Make a chop you like dinner. Oh, then that B-roll, but underneath that was another performance shot, you know. But I'll show you guys how we clean that up in the next timeline. But this is how my timeline looked like. This is my color grading. This is the logos, and why the color grading stops here and comes back here is because this is now VHS footage that didn't need color grading. This was this part of the song. Tell me what you want, nationality. That, right? So that's how this looks like. Nice. So now this is my neated, or my tidied up timeline, you know. Let me just do a comparison. Messy. But essentially, what I do now is once I know these are the final shots, I basically just drag and drop, you know. I would move this down, I would move this down, and now that's the final. Control Z, and that's how it looks like here. You know, I moved everything down to where it's supposed to be and where it can be as flat as possible. And for B-roll and performance shots, I try to use a maximum of 3 video layers. Once I exceed that, it just becomes a mess again. But a maximum of 3 for B-roll and performance shots. You know, you can see here 1, 2, 3. Nothing goes over 3 layers for performance shots and B-roll. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then now the rest can now go above that. For example, my adjustment layer for color grading, my title, my film grain, you know, for certain clips, everything can now go above that. So at least I have a clear view of everything that I need to do and everything that I want. You guys can see the clear difference. For example, let me go, where's a very messy part? This is the scene for Ari's verse, you know. There was a lot of B-roll, a lot of back and forth for this part. It was 1 minute, 8 seconds. Let me go back to that same. For example, now that 1 minute, 8 second part, look how clean it is. Basically, all those clips that were like up here, are now brought down to down here. Makes it a lot easier, especially when I'm grading. I don't have to jump back and forth between clips. And yeah, that's how Nationality is edited. It went through a lot of drafts, I would say. Let me see if I can go to my folder. Now, here's where file organization comes. So I have a folder called RE. It has everything. It has to do with the J-Yango, impact performance. But if I go to Nationality, it's going on bright again. If I go to Nationality, I go to Zanzi, you know. This is the Rotimi remix, this is not, but if I go to Zanzi, this is where everything from Zanzibar is. Day 1, day 2, day 3, drone footage export. And you can see how organized it is here, and it translates directly to my Premiere Pro project file as well. File organization. That's how I managed to edit at the studio, and I can take my hard drive home. I could edit anywhere because I know everything's organized on the hard drive and there's nothing missing. This was the very first draft done. This was draft 3. This was just to show Ari's verse. Then there was the D1 MV full. There was the remix D1 MV, then there's the remix good final, then there was Nationality remix 4K1, 4K2, and from there I had all the vlog day 1 drafts. This is all the exports that are done from Zanzibar, you know. This definitely needs to be organized a little bit more, I'll admit, but yeah, that's how Nationality was done. That's how my project file looks like, and from there, if I ever need to go back to Nationality, everything is here. Everything. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and just got a bit of an insight of how I edited Nationality. And the next video I'll be showing you guys is Totally. You can see Totally is a lot cleaner and risk-free. Oh, actually, this isn't even the right hard drive to show you guys Totally. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'm looking forward to show you guys how I edited my other projects for Update Boys and overall other client works. So yeah, been your boy Michael Mutsua, signing out. Peace.